Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about the importance of singing and using our voice when training our ears. We know from experience that there are a few students, a few musicians that are reluctant to the idea of using their voice when practicing ear training, and this is not a good idea. And in this video I'm going to explain you why this is the case and why using your voice when practicing your training is essential. Before going ahead, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you can help us create more content like this. Other than that, if you haven't seen it yet, we have a free online workshop about ear training. It's a 3-hour-long workshop full of valuable content, proven exercises. It includes a lot of serious scientific explanations about the mechanisms behind our perception of musical pitch and about how you should practice in order to develop a great musical ear, as well as having a lot of clear direction on what exercises you should avoid when practicing your training, what you shouldn't do, etc. And at the moment, it's still completely free for you. So if you haven't seen our workshop yet, click the link in the description section below, check it out, sign up for it, and we're very confident that you will find it helpful. Okay, back to the main topic of this video, why you should use your voice when practicing your training. Well, the main reason is very simple. Basically, when we first start to practice your training and our skills are not well developed yet, we have a hard time creating precise auditory thoughts. So in other words, we have a hard time creating sound imagery that is precise and reliable in our mind. Basically, our audition skills are still not fully developed yet. So we can't imagine sound and pitch very clearly and reliably. And ear training is about developing a reliable and strong ability to imagine sound and pitch very clearly. So this situation is going to be solved by practicing your training if you practice your training in an effective way. So as I said in other videos in this channel, there are different ways to practice your training. They are not equal. So some are effective, some are not effective. And if you want to understand more about this, you can check out this video up here, and you will find the link also in the description section below, where I discuss about the scientific evidence behind why interval-based approaches are ineffective in developing an intuitive sense of musicality, and generally speaking in developing this ability of imagining sound very clearly and reliably, and developing our audition skills in general. But let's not digress further. The important point I wanted to make is that at the beginning of our learning process, we can't rely fully on our thought alone. So using our voice is essential because the only way we have to understand what is the exact note, chord, or whatever we are thinking of is to sing it. So singing is the only way we have to externalize our thought and clarify what are we thinking of on a sound level. And by singing, we understand when we are making a certain mistake, realizing and auto-evaluating if we're making a mistake or not, and being able to correct it quickly is a very important part in any training whatsoever. Singing allows us to do that, to be quick in identifying mistakes and correcting them. This is a consequence of the fact that singing is the only way we have in order to externalize our thought. And since our thought in the beginning is not clear, is misleading, it's important to sing because it's the only way we have to clarify it and to externalize it and to correct it and make it more precise, more reliable, and develop confidence over time. And here comes the next important point that I want to come across in this video. The fact that you should use your voice when practicing your training doesn't mean that you should be a great singer, that you should sing with a beautiful voice. It doesn't mean that at all. I mean, you can just hum silently a melody. But the important thing is that you produce a sound in the external world, okay? So that you can basically hear the sound of your voice coming out from your mouth and going back to your ear. So again, you can clearly hear what you are thinking of exactly. You don't need to be singing loud, using falsetto, singing in a soft voice at a very low volume is okay too. You don't need to be heard by others. So this is to say that if you experience some kind of resistance in using your voice, it can be overcome quite easily. Most of the time, it's because you are ashamed of being heard by someone else, and the solution is just practice when you're alone, or just sing very softly and use your voice at a very low volume. Again, it's not important to be a great singer. Your training skills will develop anyway. It's not important at all to sing with a beautiful voice. You just have to use it. And with time, you will get comfortable using it. Your thought will be more precise. Your ability to imagine pitch will be more precise. And you will start to sing confidently, and you will start to feel less ashamed of being heard by others, because you would have a more refined ability to imagine sounds. And quite often it happens that students that have this sort of resistance initially then get comfortable using their voice over time, and then they start singing. They become singers. So again, I understand that you might have some sort of resistance in using your voice when practicing your training, but it's a good idea to try to overcome it. And you don't need to do it in one day. Just start using your voice very softly, low volume, so that no one hears you, and start to practice your training. Start to just use your voice more when playing, when practicing your instrument, etc., not only when practicing your training, so that you can gradually develop your confidence with it. And I'm confident that as soon as you get comfortable, you won't have any resistance anymore in using your voice. That's it. It's just a matter of entering the mindset of, I need to use my voice if I want to develop my musicality. And again, when then you have great ear training skills, you can stop using your voice. Your thought will become clearer, your perception of pitch will become more precise, your ability to imagine sound will become more effortless and more detailed, so that you won't have to sing every time you perform an ear training task. But you will be able to accomplish most of your training tasks just by using your mind alone. But in any case, if you would need extra help, you will be able to rely on your ability to sing and use your voice to maybe accomplish a more difficult task that is not exactly within your comfort zone. So I hope the point came through. Singing is an essential tool in your training, in developing your musicality, and in being a musician in general. My advice is to not neglect it, to not underestimate it, but to start using it today if you're not using it yet. So I hope this video clarified this point, and I hope this was helpful. If you want to know more about our ear training method, you should check out our website. And lastly, don't forget to sign up to our free workshop. It's full of valuable content about ear training. You will find practical direction based on your current skill level, and you will receive exercises to practice with, and it's all free for now. You will find all the relevant links in the description section below. Feel free to leave a like to this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you have some questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. It's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.